Good evening. My name is Tuesday Barry, and I'm coming on here to speak to men and women who are dealing with depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizophrenia, ADHD, whatever your mental illness is that you're dealing with. You see, I once was struggling with bipolar depression, anxiety, and manic depression. And I started dealing with this at the age of 5, due to some bad experiences that I had saw in my life and that I experienced myself. I want to speak to you and say that you are not in this alone, that there are people out here that are willing to help you if you're willing to talk and do the work. There was a time that I had a lot of insecurities, feeling like I didn't want to do anything in life. I kind of gave up on life. And I remember going through this stage that I felt alone, trapped, like no one understood me, no one related to me, and just feeling isolated and not having the will to live life. But I'm here to tell you today that you can do it. You have to have the will. You have to have the drive. You have to be able to know that you need help and accept that it's okay. A lot of people think that when you deal with mental illness that it's a bad thing, or you're not good enough, or that person is crazy. Mental illness is a chemical imbalance of the brain. This is what causes it. And there are things that you can do if you know what your triggers are to help it along the way. Be able to balance it out with medication, psychiatry, therapists. There's also group counselings that you can go to if you don't feel comfortable being one-on-one. You can do it in a group setting. Whatever's comfortable for you. Now you have the option where you can do it at home. Well, due to coronavirus, we're unable to do that. But we are able to do it through like Zoom and, phone calls and things like that. So what I'm trying to say to you today is you don't have to feel like there's no one out there who's willing to listen. Because there are. We have so many sources and so many people that are dealing with this on an everyday basis, that don't know how to get the help, that don't have people to talk to, that don't have friends that understand because they're not in them shoes. So I'm saying to you today, it's time to take your life back. And there's also the most important thing that got me through all of it was my faith in God. That was my main thing. It took a lot of praying and just asking him why me, and why did I have to be born that way, but at the same time, he never gives us more than we can bear. Just because you have mental illnesses does not make you different, does not make you a bad person. Sometimes people misjudge those that are dealing with that. First thing they think is, oh, the person is crazy, they're dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case. Not always. Me doing this was so important because I need for people to know about it, to be aware, and to understand. Especially in a time where we're isolated from our family, our friends, our loved ones, co-workers, everyday people that we come across. That makes it tough. But what I found for myself to make it easy for me to get through on a daily basis was my turning to God and always staying close to him and getting into my gospel, I found things that made me happy. So those are the things I started embracing on a daily basis. I started finding things that I like to do. There was a time that I really wasn't into, doing things, hanging out, and, doing things like that. But I started little by little weaning myself and just finding new things that interested me and made me want to try them so that